Alright, so we're going to start lesson 9.4, geometric sequences in series. Now remember last time we did arithmetic sequences in series. Now, for arithmetic, sequences, I had some common difference. We call it D. Say D equals 2, where I had a number I started with, say 5, and I just kept adding my common difference. So 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 2 is 11. All right? So with arithmetic sequences, I had some number that I kept adding. Okay, so remember that. So arithmetic sequences. So in today's lesson, we're going to identify the geometric series. We're going to find the nth term and find the sum of the geometric series. So identifying geometric sequences. So let's give us a sequence. Say 12. Okay, so 3 different sequences. And I'm going to check to see if it's geometric or if it's arithmetic or just neither. Now we know that arithmetic is something that keeps adding, like common difference. Well, geometric is something that's multiplied, or what we call a common ratio. Okay, or R equals. Okay, now this first example. Notice that I have 8, 12, 18, and 27. If I look at it first, I'm like, well, 8's not a multiple of 12, but what can I multiply 8 by to get to 12? Well, I notice that if I divide 8 by 2, I get 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. So if I multiply by 3 over 2, if I multiply 8 times 3 over 2, that equals 12. Well, let's see if 3 over 2 works to go from 12 to 18. 12 times 3 over 2. Well, 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 3 equals 18. 18 times 3 over 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So that means this one is geometric, and the common ratio, or the R, is 3 over 2. Okay? If I check to see whether it was arithmetic, I'd say, well, the difference between 8 and 12 is 4, the difference between 12 and 18 is 6, and the difference between 27 and 18 is 9, so not arithmetic. Look at the next example. I have 8 and 16. Well, to go from 8 to 16, I just multiply by 2. So 8 times 2 is 16. Well, 16 times 2 does not equal 24. So that means this one is not geometric. But let's check and see if it's arithmetic. Well, to go from 8 to 16, I would add 8. To go to 16 to 24, I add 8. And 24 to 32, add 8. So it is arithmetic. And the D equals 8. Let's try the next one. We'll do arithmetic first. If it's arithmetic, well, From 6 to 10 is 4, 10 to 5, 15 is 5, 15 to 21, 6. So, not arithmetic. Okay. Well, to go from 6 to 10 or 10 to 15 or 15 to 21, well, I see if I divide 6 by 3, I get 2. So 6 times, if I divide by 3, I get 2. And 2 times 5 is 10. So if I multiply 6 times 5 over 3, I'll get 10. Well, I can multiply 10 times 5, and I'll get 50, but 50 is not divisible by 3, so that's not going to give me 15. So it's not geometric. So for this one, it would be neither. Geometric, this one's arithmetic, and of course, it's arithmetic, I have D equals, it's geometric, I have R equals, okay? Let's try a couple more of those. I have 1/4, 1/12, 6, okay, now if you want, you can pause the video real quick and try to see which one, try to solve these on your own real quick, and then push play to see what we get. So if you want to pause the video, fine. If not, I'm going to go ahead and work through these real quick. So, my first one. If I try to see whether it's arithmetic, I need a common difference. Well, to do a common difference, I would need to get a common denominator. Well, between 4 and 12, my common denominator would be 12. Between 12 and 36, common denominator would be 36. So let's look at 4 and 12 first. Well, this would just be 1/12 and 1/4. I need to multiply both by 3, so that's going to be 3/12. So to go from 3/12 to 1/12, that difference is -2/12. To go from these two, though, I'll make my common denominators 36. So 1/36, multiply by 3, 3/36, and then my common difference is -2/36. Well, -2/12 simplifies to -1/6, whereas this simplifies to -1/18, and those are not the same. So that means it's not arithmetic. Well, let's try geometric. Well, I see the tops are all 1. So that means to get to the next numerator, I just keep multiplying by 1s. So if I was trying to find an R, my R would have 1 on top. Well, to go from 4 to 12, from 4 to 12, 4 times what equals 12? Well, 4 times 3 equals 12. And then I have 12 times equals 36. Well, it should be the same number. It is 3. And then 36 times 3 should give me 108, and it does. So that means my common ratio is just R equals 1/3, which means this one is geometric. For this next one, I'm going to check to see first if it's arithmetic, because I see I'm going from 1.7 to 1.3. Well, that means I'm just subtracting 0.4. And to go from 1.3 to 0.9, I'm subtracting 0.4. Okay? And then I can say, well, it's geometric. And then the geometric, my difference, R, my D equals negative 0.4. Okay. Oh, sorry. No. My common difference same, so it's arithmetic. So D equals negative 0.4. Sorry, you're probably all yelling at me into the video. I couldn't hear you. All right, so arithmetic, D equals negative 0.4. Okay? I can check to see if it was geometric and see, well, what can I multiply 1.7 by, say x equals 1.3, divide both sides by 1.7, and I'd get an R, and I'd try to multiply, say, 1.3 by that R, and it wouldn't give me the same value as 0.9. So that's why it's not geometric. Plus, all of these are either going to be one or the other. You're not going to get one that's both. So they're either going to be geometric or arithmetic. So since I found out that it was arithmetic, I automatically knew it was not geometric. So your three cases are geometric, arithmetic, or neither, not both. Well, to go from 50 to 32, I'm going to subtract, I'm going to add 18. To go from 32 to 18, I'm going to add 14. And from negative 18 to 8, negative 8, I'm going to add 10. So not arithmetic. So let's see here, what can give us our geometric? Well, I can say 50, negative 50 times x equals negative 32. Divide both by negative 50. Okay? So I'll pull my calculator up. And I'll say, all right, negative 32 divided by negative 50 is 0.64. Okay? So that means negative 50 times 0.64 equals negative 32. Well, that means negative 32 times 0.64 should equal negative 18 if it's geometric. Let's see if that works. So I have 32 times 0.64 equals, well, I get 20.48, which is not a negative 18. So it's not geometric. So this one would be neither. Alright, at this point I want you to pause the video and then attempt numbers 2, 3, and 4. And after you attempt those, I'll give you the answers for each of those. So pause the video now and attempt those in your notes. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to attempt all of those. Let's see what we got. Number 2, you should have gotten that it was arithmetic, and that the D equals -2. For number 3, you should have gotten neither. And then lastly, for number 4, you should have gotten geometric. With R equals 1/4.